Hello, I don't know how to film myself. But my mother asked me and said she'll commission me, or she is commissioning me to make the viral Taylor Swift crochet dress. So I'm gonna do that. I'm in the process of that. So because the dress, when I was looking at it, it's crocheted left to right, or right to left, whichever way. Not top to bottom, and I haven't made that many crochet garments, but they're always the ones that I've crocheted so far are top to bottom. So I made this mock-up. I had my mom stand still for a while, and I made this mock-up so I would know exactly what length to make it. And oh, you can hardly see that, but that's my construction plan so far, my little understanding how this is done. And when looking at most other people's videos, they just make this a straight line, but I'm pretty sure, looking at the pictures online, that it has like a bit of a decrease for a neckline. I think it does. So I'm gonna try to experiment with that, see how it turns out. I got it started. I did the first purple stripe because I'm pretty sure it starts on purple. And I can just get it all situated. It is the same length as my mock-up, so the mock-up comes in handy. Yay. So quick voiceover. First off, sorry the filming isn't that great. I've never done this before. I also don't have the best stand for my phone. Secondly, sorry my editing isn't the best. I've also never done this before, and I'm too impatient to sit through a tutorial. I am so late to this trend. I started crocheting in early July, finished late October, and started editing in January. I have been very nervous about this whole process. I used Paintbox Cotton Aran yarn, 7 balls peach orange, 6 soft fudge, 5 pale lilac, 4 banana cream with a 4mm hook. If you want to learn how to do a granny stitch, this is not the place, but there are many great and clear tutorials out there. I heavily recommend Liz Foolery's video on this dress. She has an actual tutorial. But more interestingly, to me at least, is her looking into the original dress by Vertigirl, which was $119, incredibly cheap for a crocheted piece of this size. She DM'd them on Instagram to ask how they produced a crochet piece for this price, looked into their history and production, also just talked about general labor concerns and practices when it comes to fast fashion. Again, heavily recommend. Also, just a quick side note, I did all the recording in my dad's bedroom because I like stealing it. It's much neater than mine and has a TV, so I can watch when I crochet. Hee hee. Alright, so I've finished one of the color in the dress is this pattern repeating, 2 purple, brown, white, brown, and 4 orange. So I finished that. And I'm just gonna repeat this through here. I might come back when I get to trying to figure out how to reduce the granny squares for the collar. Might not come back, might come back when the entire panel is done. Who knows? All right, update on crochet dress. I finished the first panel. I'm gonna make my back panel. And I did a lot of other video tutorials I've seen. They don't add a neckline, they just sew together 2 rectangular patterns and it makes a swoop naturally. I know that, I've done that. But I swear, if you look very closely on the original product image photos and you start counting the granny square clusters, these guys, it dips down for a hot second for a neckline, just by 2. So it's hard to see because I haven't weaved in my ends. I hate weaving in my ends, and for some reason, no matter what I do, they always come out. Just so annoying. I've done the 3-direction method. I've done everything. That's why my tails are so long, because it never goes right. So anyway, no more of my ranting about my crochet skills. But yeah, there's a little bit of a dip, just a little. It was a bit of trial and error, but I'll try to record kind of the idea that I had for the second one. This is how far I've gotten on the second one. I haven't gone that far. I've just been having a lot of events going, or little events that, because of being chronically ill, just knock me out for the rest of the day or the rest of the week Tuesday I had a concert. It's Saturday. The past Wednesday to Friday did not exist. I don't know what happened on any of those days. I remember eating a snow cone, picking up packages, and that's all I remember. I've been knocked the hell out, and there's just been other stuff where I just get knocked the hell out for the rest of the week. But yeah. So this is panel 2. Looks cute, and I'll try to record when I get to the neckline bit. Yay. All right. So this is how far I've gotten on the front panel. I'm just gonna make the same as the back, I think, right? I don't know, I forget things sometimes. But yeah, I'm just gonna make it to replicate this. I'm gonna try to show how I've made this little slope. So I just went until my fabric pattern that I showed earlier went until it sloped down, and it's gonna slope down on the next row, which is brown. So I'm gonna record that there and just finish off this purple. And I've not weaved in any of my ends. I don't want to. It's time for me to start decreasing. On my 13th row, depending on what size you make, it will be whatever your row is. And I'm just going to get rid of 2 clusters. So this will only affect 2 rows, and I can just crochet like normal until I get to the end to add some more. And yeah, I'll show you how to do that. Started my color change. And Jesus, Lord. Turn my work. I'm in bed. It's hard to film. Just chilling. Yeah, I'm gonna do the basic chain 3, and instead of going into this stitch with a cluster, I'm gonna skip that one, go into here, and double crochet 3 times, like that. Then I'm just gonna crochet the rest of the row as normal, and then start the next row from the bottom and then working to the top. And then when I get back to the top, I'm going to decrease it 1 more, and I'll come back for that. All right, so finish the row 13, which is brown, then turn my work around, start on row 14, which is white, and I've gotten to the end. So like I said, we're getting rid of these 2. So I'm going to do this. Wait, no, we're getting rid of these 2. So I'm going to get rid of this cluster and do this one next. So yeah, here's where I decreased last time, and I'm going to decrease 1 more, making a cluster in the spacing before the first cluster, the last decrease, like that. And instead of making a cluster there, I'm going to chain 1 and double crochet 2. Which one do I want to do? I think I'm going to do this one. Into the last chain, if I can get in there properly. There we go. And that's all the decrease, and I'm just going to continue doing these 2 rows, no decreases, to get the neckline, continuing the pattern of 2 purple, brown, white, brown, white, brown, orange, 4 orange, continuing that pattern until I get to the end of the neckline, where I'll come back, show how to get the increases. I just finished my 32nd row, and for the size I'm making, this is where I'm going to increase again for the neckline. And for this, you have to prepare for the next row. So I have to switch colors for this. So instead of just doing 3 crocheting, what is this called? 3 chain and then crocheting 2 double stitches into this one, I have to prepare for my next row increase. So instead I will do 4 and then double crochet 3 into this stitch. And that is my getting ready for my one, and that is my one increase for the end of the neckline. And I'm going to crochet down for this row all the way down, and then I'm going to crochet up, and then when I get back up to the neckline again, I'll come back and explain how to do one more increase. That's it for the neckline. Okay, so I've finished my second purple row, gotten back to the top, and I'm going, oh, then my thing stuck. I have crocheted one chain to be in between and into this loop that I made last time. I am going to do one granny cluster of 3 double crochet. Then instead of chaining 3 and continuing to the next row, I'm going to make another blank space for a cluster by chaining 1 and then double crocheting into the 3rd chain from last time. Oh. Ugh. There we go. Then I'm going to switch colors, and when I do the orange or brown row next, I'm going to crochet a cluster into here and then continue as normal and continue repeating just as normal, no more increases or decreases for, I think for me it's going to be 13. And yeah, I'll just come back when I'm done with that, when I'm done with this panel. Okay, so both panels are done. I've folded them up a bit to get them in shot together. I have to weave in these ends, and then I'm gonna, this is for my mom. I don't know if I've said that already. It's been like a month of working on this. And I'm gonna test it on her just to double check the size and to make sure that the sleeves go right to the wrist. No longer, no shorter. Because me and my mom are such varying heights that this fitting on me would not equal what it would fit on her. So I have to weave in all these ends, not looking forward to it. And then there's the bottom ends, not looking forward to it. All right, so it's been a while since I've checked in. It's been so long. It's been like 2 months, I think, of just working on this. But I have the first sleeve done. Weaved in everything. I just have to wash and block it. Second sleeve. Have just a few more rows on this side to do. Same thing as the base panel, where to figure out the size, I just made a rough fabric mock-up. This is much longer than these because I made a mark to cut off 3 inches. But then I forgot to cut off 3 inches. But I did remember to do that in my actual panel making. So I'm just gonna finish this up, weave in the ends, wash and block these, and then come back to sew it together and do that little orange border at the end. I'm so close. I'm so happy. I want to move on to the next project. Okay, so all the 4 panel pieces are done. Finally, all the ends are weaved in. I just have to cut them off, and they've been washed and blocked. So now I'm gonna sew them all together. I think I'm gonna use a mattress stitch, starting with these shoulder seams, and then I'm going to fold it over and go bottom to top. I don't know if the sleeves are in the right orientation right now, but I'll figure that out later when it comes to it. And yeah, after the sewing is gonna take me forever, I'm gonna do it in orange because the dress has a quick orange border around the neckline, the end of the sleeves, and the end of the dress. So I'm gonna do it in orange. And I'll probably check in during that. Right now, I'm just gonna sew off camera because this is taking me so long and filming takes longer, unfortunately. Oh my god, I'm so close to being done. Everything, the sides are all sewn up. I do have to weave in the ends, which I don't want to do. But before I weave in the ends to the yarn I used to sew this up, I'm going to quickly do a border just around with the orange with a single crochet around hemline, neckline, and sleeves. And I'll probably come back when that's done, and then I just have to add my little tag, which I'm letting chill in these clips so it's easier to sew on later. So I finished doing like the single crochet border on the bottom. It's not that pretty, it's not gonna lie, and it like made it a little uneven, unintentional lettuce hem resemblance, but I think it just needs like a little steaming, which I don't have time to do. I'm trying to get this done by tomorrow, But I think it's fine. Now to do it 3 more times. Yay! So this is the finished dress on a hanger, and this is a photo of my mom in it. I didn't think ahead of time, and this is the best I can do. Thanks for watching. Bye.